have most of the tribe here tonight. I have Frankie Diaz, Frank the Tank, and I have Julio Diaz and our baby boy Scott.
What's up?
And they're sober. And
I wasn't here last week.
Darn it.
Last week.
I don't even know what to say. It was hilarious. We are missing Jeff tonight.
Boo.
We are missing
Miss
Jeff.
you, Jeff.
He's abandoned ship. I think he's in Florida. He had to go do some work down there, right, Scott? I think so. And and Frankie, you're back in your normal sober self.
Great to see you guys. It was 2 weeks off.
That episode, it was hilarious back.
So much happened.
Poor Juan.
That was great.
It was great. It was hysterical. I lost my shit at one point. I was like, Frankie, I mean it. But we had good laughs about it. It was really fun. I wasn't at all mad. I was just like, oh God, this is a comedy of errors tonight. I think I was more mad that you guys were late.
I know. You told me.
Yeah. And then you were grounded, and then you abandoned me at the waterfront. So you're double grounded.
Blame it on the alcohol.
I blacked out too, which neither of us drink like that anymore, and I blacked out as well. So, oh God. Oh well. Whatever. I see people blacked out every weekend. I'm sober, so I don't care. But anyway, we have what's coming up tomorrow night. What starts?
Football season.
NFL football. Let's go.
Dun, 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 dun. I am so excited. I'm excited about football season this year. The last couple years, since Dan Snyder took over. But we're on the struggle bus, just watching the decisions he made and not a big fan. So Sunday, I'm excited to see them. The Commanders play the Cardinals. And, of course, we have the Chiefs playing the Detroit Lions tomorrow night for the official Thursday night opener game. So exciting stuff, guys. I'm back. Those that banter with me about football on Facebook, I am all in this year. All in.
And the Ravens versus the Texans people.
Oh, yeah, we got a Ravens fan.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. But you guys do have one of the best tailgates. I will say, one of the best tailgates.
Thank you.
So, Julio, you wanted to give a shout out tonight. Who's that?
So my friends in El Salvador, they're both named Raul, ironically, but we call one Sidewipe. So Raul, Sidewipe, thank you so much for watching, you guys.
They're watching from El Salvador?
Heck yeah.
Stop it.
International, baby.
International. I told you it was a Pitbull song starting to happen a few weeks ago. Now we've gone international. I love it.
Pitbull.
And I want to give a shout out to our friend Erica. It's her birthday today.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday,
Mr.
Erica.
President.
She's so beautiful and inside and out. So, and she's a great friend to me.
I love her. I haven't seen her in a
great.
while.
And I was such a bad sister. My brother is serving our great country overseas in Germany. And on August 24th, I forgot to give him a shout out on the show for his birthday. So happy birthday. I don't want to say my brother's name on air, but happy birthday,
Happy belated.
kiddo. And I love you so much. And thank you so much for your service.
Yes.
And you're also a very good dad and the bestest brother ever. So I wanted to make sure I remembered because I kept writing it down. I was like, oh no.
Why don't you tell how you were counting down Erica's birthday?
Oh my God. Yeah, I'm counting down Erica's birthday, sending her all these amazing texts, 2 days, 3 days, whatever. And today, Frankie goes, is it Erica's birthday? I'm like, oh my God, yes. So I totally forgot the actual day until Frankie reminded me over text. I was like, thank God, Frankie, you said something. I would have felt terrible. So we had a real quick. So this weekend at the Salisbury Center, and we are coming to you from the Salisbury Studios, fueled by Monster Energy. But at the Salisbury Center, if you haven't been down here, it's truly, truly amazing. We have TCB Fights coming up. That is Muay Thai kickboxing. And it is DMV's longest running and most successful Muay Thai kickboxing promotion. TCBtickets.com. I'll be here helping run things in the background with Jeff, not the fighters, all the VIP and anything else where my Philly girl attitude has to take place.
Of course.
And Dee'll be here working that with me, so I'm super stoked about that. And then October 14th, we have Cagezilla MMA. So that's DMV's longest running and most successful MMA promotion. And what a production that is. So CageZillaTickets.com. Guys, please come down. I post all over what it looks like. It's truly an experience. I'm picky about the music. I say it every time. Catherine's awesome about the music, but music matters. It's not a party if there's not good music.
Nope,
I'm sorry.
I agree.
You're going to just suck on purpose if you don't have good music. And the VIP area, just the size of it and the matches are super awesome. So come down out October 14th and again this weekend for the Muay Thai kickboxing, which is a great production. And all the matches are online on their Facebook pages, TCB Fights. So if you want to see the actual lineup, because I don't remember that. Scott, are you excited for the weekend?
Oh, yeah, this Saturday. Let's go.
Let's go.
Bikini contest,
Hopefully
right?
everything, Scott runs the show technically. Hopefully it all goes off without a hitch.
Don't jinx it.
Will we have a bikini contest and all that
You
after?
got it. Everything.
On Muay Thai, right? I
Yep.
just couldn't remember. I was going to post that today.
Are you guys coming, Frankie?
Not sure yet.
Oh.
I don't know why my dog is legit freaking out. Is the
Definitely
other?
gonna do
Is the
Cass
other?
on
Lana's in here.
Oh, that's why. He wants to see her. Look at Osh.
Oh, man.
Oshi, no barking
He's
on the
on
show.
point.
No.
In the trend.
He's just ramped up for the fights this week.
No,
and
he's
that's all
ramped
it
up
is.
because he's like, you've been horrible to my mom, your best friend, Frankie. And abandoned her in DC. I'm sitting like a loser at the waterfront. And then went over real quick. We went Friday night. We went to Culture, and which is New Androids, NAFE. They also have Vero Cucina, which is connected, which if you haven't eaten there, guys, go out and eat there. I actually have not, just because I haven't had a chance, but everybody is like, it's amazing. And when it shuts down, the dining part, they have a party. And we were over at the other side, which is the warehouse, Culture, to see Hot Since 82. I'm sure I was posting and everybody thought I was referring to myself. And I was no, I was a mid-70s baby. Hot Since 82 is a DJ and he is hot.
The music was really good.
The music was
vibe,
excellent,
too.
excellent. So we danced, and then I took Saturday downtime, and then Sunday we did the waterfront. Went over to the Cove. That was pretty cool. You did not go because you abandoned me once we left Tony and Joe's, and you jumped. I took you guys over to my friend's boat, and then you left me on the boat.
You did the opposite.
And
of
I
doing
went to
shit.
land. And we went over to I met one of my girlfriends over at the Cove, so did that. That's Anusha's new place. Outdoor, kind of like that Tulum vibe with house music. So that was very cool.
It was nice.
How was the boat, Frankie?
It was fun. I'm not gonna lie.
Uh-huh.
I did a lot of swimming, drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, so I always believe, first of all, I don't get mad. I don't Monday morning quarterback my friends ever. Like, shit happens when you drink. We don't drink a ton like that anymore. And so, but I always believe things were meant to be, because what happened to you, I said, the universe, God, whatever you believe in, was moving things, because I always call it this: you met someone in the wild.
Yeah.
I call it in the wild. One of my girlfriends actually gave me that expression, meeting people in the wild.
So when we docked at the waterfront, obviously Julio and I were starving because we didn't eat.
Yeah.
And
Scott, listen to this. Frankie met a girl in the wild.
yeah.
Whoa.
So-
Love at first sight.
And I said, all things were meant to be, because he met her in the wild after ditching me.
Oh, that's
I'm not
mean.
mad. I'm honestly not mad. But go ahead.
Was it love at first sight?
No, not to that extent, but she was really cute.
Yeah.
And we did vibe. Might have been.
And she got your sense
What
of
was
humor.
what do you say? Vibe at first sight?
Energy at first sight.
Energy at first sight.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, it was really good. Like, we exchanged numbers. You know, she was laughing at my jokes. She said I could text her because I'm a texter.
We know.
And yeah, so I just did
Yeah.
my thing, and I actually have a date with her for the game on Sunday.
Taking her to the
Oh,
game.
What game? Sorry.
Redskins.
Oh,
or
Commanders.
Commanders,
Oh.
sorry.
You can't say that. You're going to get canceled.
Oh, stop. Oh, come on now. If that's what cancels me and everything else that comes out of my mouth doesn't, then it was meant to be, because the shit that comes out of this mouth it's terrible sometimes. I'm like, I listen back, I'm like, I really am a good person. I just say whatever I want. I'm really blunt. So I'm excited for you. I think that's awesome. So I said, well, if you ditching me and going to Nick's later on, it got you to meet someone in Wylde. But that's only after, and I swear this is what happens when you let go and shit happens. Frankie and I, Scott, both got on dating apps last week.
Which dating app?
Hold
we
on,
gotta
I'm
go
gonna
over here.
hold on.
Scotty's like shocked.
Hold on. I'm gonna tell you guys the story, but we're gonna table that for a second so I can say a couple more things. But yes, we did. But how ironic that he got on, the dating apps. You kind of let go of your like fears and stuff because you're like, okay, I can actually meet people, and then he meets someone in the wild. So I, however, did not meet anyone in the wild.
Just got wild.
Hot mess express. No, I did not get wild like that. Nothing like that. I don't do that shit when I'm out. I wish I did. So anyway, what else do we have going on? Poor Travis Kelce is hurt. I'm very upset.
I know. You wish you were there to comfort him,
If he needs comfort, I'll come comfort him.
heal him back to health.
And I'll heal him back to health. All right. I might break something else. No, I'm just
Brad Pitt,
kidding.
cover your ears, Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt,
your
cover.
ears.
No, I'm bummed he's hurt though because he is a great football player. So, and what else went on this week in the news? I don't know. I think that was kind of it that went on. What else? What did you do on?
What's that news? Remember who passed away?
Well, Jimmy Buffett.
Well, two people.
Devastating.
Yeah. Jimmy Buffett and the lead singer of
Oh,
Smash
and the lead
Mouth.
singer of Smash Mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew there was other things I wanted to mention. Yeah. So Jimmy Buffett, when I was back in my Hooters days, I was actually a coconut girl for him at one of his shows here. And I went every year. My dad was a fan. When we lived in Philly, I grew up with him playing Jimmy Buffett. And then here, obviously, a ton of tailgates I did, work with them with Hooters. And just really sad. Sorry, guys, for Oshi. There's another dog here, and he just wants to go out of the studio and play with the other dog.
He wants to date.
He wants to date Lana, the other dog, and she's a very beautiful
I
Frenchie.
saw her ears.
She's so pretty, a very sweet Frenchie puppy. But anyway, really sad to hear of Jimmy's passing. Hope he's having that cheeseburger in paradise, and yeah,
The
I was
margarita
bummed.
too, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, so super bummed. Anyway, let's get positive. So, Julio, did you do anything Friday night?
no, I was going through my Bell's palsy thing.
Yeah, how's it doing?
It's better now.
Yeah, it's getting a little better. I can totally
I feel a
tell.
little bit more, and I can lick my lips, which is great.
You couldn't lick your lips before?
No, like I would eating, and then how you got like a little ketchup here, and I couldn't get it. And I was like,
Yeah.
But now I can definitely do everything.
What are you doing, Scott?
You hear that, ladies? I can do everything.
Oh my
my
gosh. How sweet of you. How sweet. Oh my God. Oh, now she's really going to
I'm
freak
so
out.
thirsty. Just in time, Scotty. Thanks.
Wow.
You know what? Happy birthday, Erica.
Happy birthday.
I love how everyone
Cheers.
forgets me.
You want one?
No, I don't. Oshi, you're going to have to stop freaking out, dude. So anyway, moving on. Scott, what did you do this weekend?
Now that you say it, I can't remember.
Oh.
You can't remember because you were blacked out, or you
Scott,
just
my headset went out.
Oh God. Are you back?
Sorry.
No. Yeah, what I see? I don't even know.
I bent over and it went out. Sorry, guys.
Are you still good or no?
I think I pressed something. Sorry, guys.
technical difficulties, recovering from the weekend still.
Unplugged it.
Oh, sorry.
You're good.
Sorry, guys. I went to bend down to get Oshi my purse so I can give Oshi a bone, and I unplugged my own headset. But we are live. See, that's what happens. But you didn't do anything, Scott?
I went to Tens Bolton with a bunch of friends. I think that was it.
You like that
Oh,
place? That's Frankie and I
Yeah,
went there
yeah.
one day. Yeah. So
That's my spot every Sunday.
Really?
For breakfast,
Dude,
yeah.
you were there. What time?
Well, I go to the one in Gaithersburg.
Oh, okay, cool.
yeah, I went when I had work up there that one day. I met you up there, and we went to that. I like the Ted's Bulletin. So, all right. Anyway, guys, let's move on with the show. Get to the exciting stuff. And, oh, real quick, glad you're doing better, Julio.
Thank you, Jess.
I am. Bell's palsy is when half your face, for people that don't know, just gets paralyzed. It does come back. It's just one of those things that can happen to any of us.
Yeah.
So we were very concerned about Julio. I know that it just sucks to have it.
Yeah.
But, you know, it could have been worse things. So we're happy and that you're going to be on the road to recovery. Yeah? Yeah, Frankie?
Yeah,
Frankie,
yeah.
you get so concerned about Julio. It's
I know.
super
You see
cute.
how I'm sweating warm. Like, yeah. To be honest, I was stressed out.
You were.
and I told that to Jessica. I was like,
He was very, like,
Yeah.
it was very sweet. Because he was acting all weird Friday. Like, I was like, dude, what's going on? I was like, oh, I must be getting on your nerves. 'Cause when you're best friends with a dude, too, I mean, we're still chicks.
she
And
was
I'm like,
am I annoying you? Am I annoying you? Am I annoying you? Am I
I said,
annoying
I
you?
don't blame you. I annoy me, too, sometimes.
So how about now? You're annoyed now?
Anyway,
You're annoyed now?
He was worried about you. And then, Frankie, am I allowed to say what else you were very upset about this week or no? Am I allowed to say it?
You know what? You know I always forget everything. Go ahead. I don't know.
About
Surprise me. I don't remember.
Your you-know-what, getting a you-know-what?
Oh, yeah. You can say it.
Oh, God.
I have never in my life. So I know,
heart.
obviously, I'm 48. I've known a lot of dads over the years with daughters. And, you know, I had my son who's now in college. And Frankie, I thought like someone had died.
Well, I texted her
Cry
three
fa-
sad emojis, 3 crying emojis, 3 mad emojis, like all the emotions.
He's like, I was like, what's wrong? Oh my God, what happened? Like, I'm thinking something major happened. The date canceled. And he's like, my youngest daughter has a boyfriend. And I'm like, here's me, my masculine side, because you know me. Sometimes I can be like a dude. And I'm like, okay, Jessica, handle him with care. Handle him with care. What's going on?
Somebody called in.
Oh.
Let's hear it. Is it John? Is it Jeff? Hi, John.
Okay.
No, it's Jeff. Sorry.
Oh,
Wrong
hi,
Jay.
Jeff. I can't hear him.
Hello.
Hi. How's Tampa?
Good.
How's the strip club?
How are you?
Are you at the strip club? I'm good. I'm just sitting here. Frankie's sober. Julio's sober. They were on time. So what's going on?
Nothing. Sitting in the hotel room doing work, listening to the show.
Yeah, if we were going.
Wondering when did Salisbury Center become a dog kennel?
My dog. My dog is here. My dog is here every week. I asked for. He goes everywhere with me. Scott, I can't answer this question.
We have a third party.
Salisbury Center supports animals, which I know is a big thing out
Yes.
there. I do have good news for you, Jeff.
What's that?
The golf tournament that we supported today and did donation to, I got a text on the way here that it created a ton of interest. People did not know it got a lot of attention. Like people wanted to know more and more about Cagezilla and the Salisbury Center and all that. So a lot of people, she said. So that was really good. They're like, we're going to check that out. We didn't even know that existed. So that's cool, huh?
Very good. That's why I did it.
You're a man of so many words.
I
Thank
love
you.
it when a plan works out.
I love it when a plan works out. So I'm appreciative to my girlfriend for letting us participate in that, and appreciative to you for your donations of items. That was more than generous. And we're giving Frankie's youngest daughter got a boyfriend, and you would have thought somebody died this week with Frankie.
Yeah, well, they hit me hard. I didn't expect my youngest one
She
to
is.
surprise me like that at the beginning of the school year.
She's 15. I'm surprised she made it this far without one. And you,
I mean, they are really pretty.
I know.
he has really pretty daughters. I'm like, you're so screwed, dude.
I know. All I can say is I know. Like I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
even know how to react.
Yeah. So, and then we're going to get into some Ask Jess, Jeff. And then at the end, we're going to get into, I'm not going to say the things I'm going to say at the end, but master dating. Your favorite subject.
All right. Are you an expert at that?
At master dating? Yeah, I've been an expert at that pretty much my whole life when I wasn't in a relationship. I take myself out and pay for myself, but I don't want to give too much away until we get to the end.
All righty. Well, you all have fun. I'll hang up and listen.
All right. Love you, babe.
Take care, Jeff.
Safe travels, buddy.
Tip generously.
Love you. See you guys.
Bye. Jeff's the greatest friend. He's the best.
I'm sure he's just like sitting in front of the mirror brushing his hair, like, oh my god.
All right, let's get on to some Ask Jess because I want to keep it entertaining for everybody else. So, Frankie, what do you got? I'm going to switch this around on you guys soon because I don't want I said this last week. I don't want everything to be the same, so I'm going to ask you guys questions, and believe me, I'm creative in my questions. Yeah, but this week I'll let you ask me. We're going to give this a little more. It's boring when it's all about me. So go ahead.
All right, if you say so. This is a good one, Scotty.
I'm excited.
So, you heard that we joined a dating app, right?
I did. What app?
Exactly. So, well, we're about to find out. How is it going on the dating app? And have you met somebody?
Okay. So getting on these, first of all, I got on the Tinders and the Hinge. Within like 4 days, I could not handle the Tinders and the messages coming through. Like, oh my God. Oh my God.
Can you say the one about the picture?
There was a guy that messaged me and I didn't engage at all with any, these crazy, I don't want to say crazy because I feel bad. I don't mean it like that, but he was like,
really excited.
you know, you have beautiful
Hey, Jess,
eyes. Huh?
Which app are you on right now? I'm going to download it as we speak.
I'll get to that. So he was like, your eyes are so beautiful. You're so beautiful, which would have been fine, Scott. I could have just left it at that and then been like, okay, cool. No, he went, ever since I looked at your face on the computer screen, I can't walk away from it. And I've been sitting here staring at it. And I'm like, what the?
That's a little creepy.
I'm like, whoa. And it doesn't make sense to me, the whole I think Hinge is a little more personal. I think it's still awkward for me. Guys, I'm such a dude. Like, I'm just like, dating in general is awkward to me. You know that. Like, I like meeting people in the wild when I'm out partying, which never happens either. But the people I have met, that's how it happened. And it worked out. And obviously then it didn't work out after long years of work.
I know. That's a huge step, though. Remember, she said you were never going to dating
so-
app?
Yeah, you said
Well,
never, ever.
it
What
keeps
happened?
It
What
keeps getting
changed?
better. It keeps
Hold
getting
on.
better, though.
So I got rid of the Tinders because, guys, it's just not my vibe, right? And like when I see like married dudes on there saying they're married, but like I'm like, what? No, like I'm not. Do your thing. I don't like judging, but I'm just like, this is too fucking weird for me. So then I have the Hinges too, and at first I was just
Hinge is the other one.
Yeah, the Hinge. What do you call it? Hinge.
You said hingers.
Hinges.
She said the hinges.
The Hinges. Yeah. So I have that one too. And at first that became very complicated to me because until I learn an app, I don't use them well. But then I figured out how to use the Hinges. Scott, you're not even listening. You wanted to know what one I'm on.
I am listening. Sorry. I have a question too, but keep going.
Okay. So I've realized the guys like your photo and then you can message them. Well, Sunday, I was very proud of myself because I feel like just downloading 2 apps gives me 2 gold stars. I told Frankie this. I went through my gold stars. So then I see out of all the guys, Frankie's like, how many guys have you liked? I'm like, none.
What?
And he's like, why? I go, because I don't like any of them. What they say is either like, I don't know. Or they want kids in my age range. And I'm like,
What's your age range? Not that matters.
30. Well, at first I had it at like 29. I was like, no. I can't do that. I don't know if I realized.
So, Jess, can I ask you, when you're looking at a profile, what do you look at? Do you look at the pictures? Do
I mean,
you
yeah,
actually
I
go
have to
through and
be.
read it?
I have to be like attracted to them.
But
Obviously,
you haven't swiped on anybody. So, what are the like biggest red flags that you see for
I don't think
all
it's-
those listening? Because I mean, I'm in that boat. I've had Bumble I had Hinge, then I had Facebook dating, which is absolute trash. I've had Bumble for.
I've never met anyone that
7
had the
days.
Facebook dating.
It's no bueno at all. It's
Yeah.
So with that being said, I mean, what are some tips and tricks an attractive woman like you with, in your age, respectfully, that you've had experience in life? Like, what are things that us 24 and 29-year-olds, kidding, I'm 34. What are things that we could put out there as like brownie points to finally get a swipe on you or swipe from you?
I'm going to go backwards with this answer. Is that okay? So I'm on my way down to, this guy had popped up several times, and I'm on my way down to the city on Sunday. And he was super genuinely funny. You know how you can like see through, so I'm kind of answering your question. He was transparent, and I don't want to get too detailed but he was transparent about something that's happening in the spring. No, he's not getting married or anything. He's completely single. I like transparent people. I like honest. And just really funny and just genuine in his expression of words. And you can really see, I'm a very analytical person. I could see that. Of course, I could be wrong too, because I'm the queen of players.
Oh, God.
And then the last thing was like, he really, one of his things was like, he liked the animals, volunteering at animal shelter. And had his picture. I don't know if it was his cat or not, but and I really like that, and being just kind and positive. And but he was cool too. Like, this is so odd for me, and he had a lot of tattoos. So I was like, are you seriously clicking on this guy? But he's very good looking. I don't mean it like that. So I was very proud of myself. I would say, and then the other reason I didn't click would be if the comments seemed disingenuous. For me, if they put like, don't have children, want children, that was an automatic. That can't happen. I mean, my son's in college. That ship has sailed. So that's not happening. So those things, I think some of the cheesier lines, or like when they got really too in depth, like what they wanted, it was like overkill on what they wanted this paragraph. And I'm like, no girl can meet this shit. Like,
Don't get me started.
And being
Frank?
funny. I meant on a dating app, like when you're just, it's kind of like when I send an email. If I'm trying to capture business, I'm not sending 5 paragraphs. Nobody's reading that. I'm making my key points that are highlights of, value, whatever that is.
There you go. See, that's one good one, what she said.
Yeah, respect.
Key points. Like,
Yeah, it's too. If it's too long, I don't have the attention span to read that.
if it's too long, it's too
long.
much.
And then there was guys that didn't even show their face, like, and
Scaredy cats.
yeah, which is very weird to me. And then the other thing I didn't like is like their first picture is a shitty picture, like blurry. I'm not saying like everybody has their taste in looks. I don't mean that blurry, or like, I don't mean you have to dress in a suit, but at least make it a decent picture. I'm like, if you can't even take the time to do that, then that shows me a lot about who you are in your day-to-day life. So in my opinion,
Let me look on my Tinder now that she said that.
so I did chat with the person, and I don't like chatting on the app. So I gave him my number. I have no idea why, because that is so against. Ask Frankie.
I don't
So
even know Jess's number.
I was
So
like,
that's
4.
three things
No, that
that
was
she's
4.
already- that's 4.
4.
Four things that she
Jeez.
wouldn't do, and now she's like, all of a sudden, I'm like,
So you're in love.
And what? I will say the other thing I was so proud of is like, he was cool as shit. We chatted back and forth off and on, not like that, all Sunday because I was dying in bed, and with a hangover, or Monday. Sorry. And I genuinely would not would not do that. So I was actually impressed. He was hysterical, dark sense of humor. I was impressed that, and I don't mean this against anybody, that it didn't annoy me. So I was like, oh my God, this is actually like, so I have like 5 or 6 gold stars, and I'm super proud of myself. And what I'm most proud of, I don't know, guys, if I'll stay on him. It's not my thing. I may be single forever, but I do think it gave me like, I actually opened up. I talked to somebody. I liked the photo, just one, but out of all those guys, just one. But I feel like for most people, that's normal. For me, that's super ballsy. That's way out of my comfort zone.
No, same. Good for you.
And I was super honest because he said something. I said, dating's, awkward to me. Shooting my shot is terrifying to me. Like, I was honest and laughed about it. You know what I mean? So I was actually super proud of myself. And I think if anything, it gave me experience on talking to a man that I didn't know before. Cause you know what I mean?
now I want to see how far out of your shell you went. How tall is he?
6'2".
Oh, yeah.
Not that far, guys.
6'2".
Okay. You don't get a star for that one.
-1 star.
Come on.
What kind of music does he like?
He I would say more the rock and roll side, but definitely likes electronic too. So it was cool. It was Gucci.
So-
Without saying too much,
So make sure your first picture is like a really good picture.
Not blurry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
or just
pictures of
make
the
sure
picture.
it's like a good sort, right?
And then just hit a couple key points of who you are. Don't
And
say
be
too
genuine
much.
and funny and like Yeah.
And show Lana. You're gonna get like.
Oh yeah,
Right?
that's right.
Yeah, show the dog, of course.
Hey, I have dogs too.
Easy clickbait.
I'll just write people's profiles for him. Anybody want it? I'll,
Yeah,
I'll
she
make
helped
some
me too.
side.
Right here. She's in 3 of
I'll
my
write it.
pictures, and I've gotten no likes in 7
There's
days.
too many.
So I don't
See,
know.
3 is too
Ears.
much.
You gotta focus on one with the
I'm
ears.
just changing. She's in 2.
You gotta do just one.
Yeah, so I was really proud of myself. How was your experience on the dating apps?
Mine was. I mean, it's pretty good. I did hit. I did get a couple of connections. We did text back and forth a little bit.
Yeah.
But I think for me, what it did the most is that it gives me a little bit more confidence.
Yeah, it gave me more confidence.
Yeah.
Honestly, it gave me more confidence. And, you know,
For the
people are like-
wild, to be out in the wild.
but that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like, I don't know. Let's not go that far with me.
No, at least for me, like, you know.
But I mean, I'd be, you know, more apt. I am extremely picky, and I realize that as well. I'm very picky, and I can be at this age. Like I said, I have 30 viable years left. I'm going to get exactly what I want. I hope, or be alone with Oshi. I'll have like 10 Yorkies. One thing that I find very humorous, Scott, you're going to die laughing.
Yep.
Frankie, who did you match with? I died.
Oh, you're talking about one of my friend's sister.
He texts me. He's like, I just matched with one of my friend's sisters. I'm like, text him right
This
now.
is like my one of my childhood friends. Like I've known him forever.
Yeah.
And it wasn't
A
that I
guy?
matched. It wasn't. No.
I'm kidding.
It wasn't that I matched. It was that the app suggested
Like
someone
new
that
people or
They were like,
compatible.
yeah, like compatible.
Yeah.
You're really compatible with this person.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at it, I'm like, yo, that's my friend's little sister. I mean, I know her. You know, I know her. Like,
I
you know.
said text him and mess with him.
I was.
you?
Yeah.
I was, but then I was like, you know what? This is a story to be told in person.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
I get it. I get
So
it.
that's why I
and
didn't-
then Frankie, it was so funny because we both got on the same day. We dared each other, and we're just, I dared him. I'm like, you go first. It's
Oh,
like,
I know.
it is like having a girl best friend with Frankie. It really is. I think he's more emotional than me as well.
We were like,
My sister
how much should I
got
pay?
it.
Should I do the 1 week, the 2 months, the 3
Yeah, yeah. We both pay for it too.
Wow.
Because I'm like, I don't want to be on
Which
that.
one,
I'm not
Hinged?
Hinge. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would never pay for that stupid.
What's the other one you
Tinders.
said? There was one more.
The League, but I didn't get on that.
Oh, okay.
If I end up liking that, I probably will get off. I can't handle the dating app shit. It's just like too. First of all, it's a whole nother thing in my day, and I'm too busy. And you know, hopefully, if I don't find somebody by that I can by March and I move, at least I'll be around more people, whether it's Miami or.
But see, having her on the
Wellington.
dating app helps me too because, you know, I get to see that side, right? I get to see
Yeah.
the woman's
Okay.
side.
Yeah,
And then she
I mean,
gives
I'll
me
stay on it for a
tips and
bit,
stuff like that.
for sure, just to help. I mean, even to help him. And then Frankie kept coming every time it showed me who's new here, and I'm like, get that. And I would.
Oh, I kept
click
coming out-
off,
I kept coming
and
out
I'm
on
like,
there.
I finally X'd out. I'm like, this is so disgusting because I think of Frankie like a brother. I'm like, ew, it's like my brother showing up.
Oh.
So,
Will you read your profile on air?
no, thank you.
Oh.
Maybe at the end. Let's get
Okay,
through
okay.
my stuff, and maybe at the
okay,
end.
okay.
I'm actually
Why do you think? What do you guys think of my profile since you're
I
looking
haven't
at
seen it. I want to know.
Oh, you can't just find it. Oh, yeah, that's right. It's not Facebook's.
I'm still waiting for you to tell me what app it was. I'm down here just waiting to download
Hinge.
it.
Hinge.
Hinge is the one? Okay.
Yeah.
Hinge, I think I would go for the. I would do the Hinge. I mean, people
that's better?
suggested. I just did not. I think it might be my age, Scott. Like the Tinder. I'm just like, what the fuck is this? But 3 of my friends have found their husbands and significant long-term partners on the Tinders.
Huh.
So I'm not saying it's bad. It's just not for me.
It's just time consuming too, though. That's
Yeah,
the
and
one
I don't
thing
understand.
I find
Like,
annoying.
and then I keep swiping right on people that I would rather. No, by accident. By accident. I was like, no. This is. I don't even understand this.
She's like,
It's
no,
just-
no, and she's actually liking, no,
Yeah.
no.
Let's go. That's good. That's good.
And I feel like too, a lot of people get it for validation. So you'll match with somebody, so they validate that you're attracted, and then there's
Yeah.
no conversation after.
You are Scott's friend.
I did match. I did match with somebody.
We're talking after.
And Scott and I actually met on Grindr, if you're familiar with that.
You guys been on that app?
No, I've done Bumble and Tinder, but like on and off.
Scott, you swipe for validation though.
Oh, totally. Just for the what I say, the kick, the
kick.
adrenaline rush. Yeah,
You
yeah,
said the ego boost.
exactly. Thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
But the opposite could happen too. How about if you don't start matching? It's happened to me a few times when, like, I think one of like either
It
Tinder or
hurts your
Bumble.
feelings.
I mean, it's like it says you ran out of options. I'm like, dang, like,
Nobody within 100
Yeah,
miles.
exactly.
Like, loser. Now, that's where I'm at.
I'm like,
fucking loser.
At this point, I'm like, Mexico. Let's see what I
gotta
can
hook
match
you-
in Mexico.
I gotta hook you guys up with women.
I felt bad because I matched with a bot.
I'll hook you up with somebody. I have plenty of. Yeah, I'll hook you up with somebody.
What's the next
We
one?
gotta help our boy. Okay, Julio,
Oh, it's my turn.
it's your turn.
All right, so mine's a little more like, hearty question, if you will. But, I know you as the queen of the rave, Jess.
Hold on. Did you go out?
I did go out.
There you go.
I'm
You're
I'm
back. You're back. You're back.
So, in my mind, you're the queen of the rave. You're EDM goddess. But I want to know
Goddess, I like
what your
that.
guilty pleasure song is. And I'll give you an example of myself.
Do you mean not E EDM?
Yeah, like the complete opposite. Like that one song that someone, if you play in front of somebody, they'll be like, what the hell is this? Who are you?
Yeah.
Like for me, example, I love rock and all that, but I have a special place in my heart for my girl Natasha Bedingfield.
Yeah.
So if
I love
Unrated
her.
comes on,
She's
I
awesome.
blast that volume and I sing that song at the top of my lungs. So what's your guilty pleasure song?
I think people have this wrong conception of me about music, right? Which I personify on. It's my own fault, right? I love all music. I grew up on all music. I grew up on eclectic music. When I say party, like dance my ass off, I want to dance to electronic house, techno. I mean, the beats per minute is what gets me going. Or the morning, sunrise sets with, your deep house and all that. Just, it's just a state of mind if you understand that music. However, I love all music. So I think one thing that would surprise people, one of my favorite songs ever in life is Metallica One. Do you guys remember that song?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, great song. I like Metallica a lot. Let's see, anything on 8-track. One song I actually play, I actually enjoy songs from musicals.
Oh, yes.
Phantom of the Opera, Think of Me.
Go. Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite songs. And one of my favorite, like, when I get in my girly side, Frankie, you'd be shocked, is Carrie Hilson with Kanye, Knock You Down. Do you remember that song?
What is it?
It's one of the greatest lines, too, in a song. Carrie Hilson with
Is that what
Kanye.
It's like when life comes around and knocks you down.
Knocks you down.
there you go.
Sometimes love, I can't sing, guys, comes around. Yeah. But one of the best lines is in that song. It says, I used to be commander in chief of my pimp ship. I love that line. And then Nicki Minaj. I have a guilty pleasure with Nicki Minaj. Yeah, and it knocks you down.
There you go.
But I know it feels so damn good.
And she says she can't
Happen
sing.
and faster. Would, baby, if I could, Miss Independent. Okay, guys,
there
listen
you
to
go,
the
there you
Jessica concert. It's a great song.
It's a banger.
Yeah, Nicki Minaj and anything like. My mom used to play like Bette Midler and all that in the car on an 8-track. Kenny Rogers. So I love that stuff too. So I think I personify that misconception. Good
Nice.
question. What would be yours? Yeah, you said yours. What would be yours?
Takashi 6ix9ine.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah. I love rap. Like we talked about that though. I don't think that's surprising to anybody. I love rap.
No, but a lot of people tend to be because he's controversial and
yeah.
he's just out there. But I do like a couple of songs, like a lot. Like I'll play it and blast it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just fun. It's just so
Yeah.
stupid.
Yeah.
So I get into him.
Can you put him over here, Frankie? Scott, do you have a song that would be surprising?
That I like or you like? Or
No,
what you like?
you
for you.
like.
I don't know. I like a lot. I'm like you.
Yeah, but if you were to play something, somebody would be like, "Oh, you like that?" Like
I'm a
surprise me.
big. Yeah, you're right. Do you see my shirt? I'm a big JB fan. Don't tell people.
Oh, really?
What's
Maybe.
Justin Bieber?
Yeah. Who's asking?
I love Bieber.
that? Oh, I love.
let's
Justin
go.
Bieber.
Okay,
I
cool.
love
There we go.
Peaches Down in Georgia. That's
Yeah,
more
yeah,
recent.
yeah,
I
yeah.
love that song. I love the acoustic version he played. I think it was at the Grammys. Have you ever pulled that? It's an excellent version. So,
I told you that time that when Adele and Justin Bieber released their CDs,
Yeah.
my daughters were like, "Dad, can you get us the Adele CD?" So I got the Adele CD, and I went and got Justin Bieber
I
for
love
myself.
Adele. I love Adele. I love Bieber. I mean, that's what I mean. I mean, I feel music, so if it moves me, then I'm in.
Yeah.
You know, like, well, wait, I can't hear. I can't hear.
$100 bet.
I can't.
Sorry,
Hear.
we got $100 bet. Say
Okay.
that. Call her in.
I'm scared.
Jessica, it's Jeff again.
Oh God. I'm afraid of you.
Sorry to
Okay.
keep interrupting the show.
Okay.
Sorry to keep interrupting the show, but I have $100 if any of you can get my guilty pleasure song.
Oh.
Kicks.
No.
No, it's got to be something like embarrassing.
No,
Oh.
guilty pleasure.
Girls just want to have fun.
No.
Give me a hint. Jeff, can we have a hint? That's a whole
I mean, it's like
eclectic-
a
You were like a
billion
rock
songs.
star,
Is there a
you know,
genre?
so-
It's from a musical.
Ooh, Fiddler on the Roof. I wish I were a rich man.
Oh, that was
Nope.
good. That was good.
Phantom
Annie,
of the
the Annie
Opera.
song, the Annie song.
From, like,
Fanta, something on the night. The Phantom of the Opera song.
Tomorrow, I love you.
Nope.
Tomorrow.
That's Annie. That's good.
That's
Let's go.
Annie.
Yeah.
Annie.
It's something from Les Mis, isn't it?
Is it lame?
No,
No,
no.
is it Phantom? Not Creature.
Grease.
No.
Grease.
The music, man.
It's from Grease.
This is impossible.
No, because there's only so many
I
musicals.
used to sing it in voice lessons.
Stop it. So it has to be I don't mean this
Yep.
bad, but for both of us, it would have to be an older musical.
Who sang it?
Grease. It's from Grease.
Yeah.
It's from Greece.
It's from Greece.
No.
No.
No, somebody mentioned it, but they
Les,
didn't get
Les
it.
Miserables?
Oh, from Les Mis.
He said somebody mentioned
Les
it.
Miserables.
Les Miserables. I was being
Yes, it is from
facetious.
Les Miserables.
It is.
I don't know their songs as well, so I'm out.
Oh, it is from Les Miserables.
Do you know,
But
Julio?
it's in French.
I mean,
I'm sure I know it once I hear
French
it.
is Hugh
Le
Jackman.
prisonnier de la Revolution.
So if you ever get a chance,
Yeah.
Hugh Jackman sang this song, but the original
Lockdown,
one that
Lockdown.
made me actually get into singing was "Bring Him Home" by Cole Wilkinson, the
Oh,
original
yeah.
version from the London.
I think I know
If
what
you
you're
ever
talking
listen
about.
to it, it'll make you. It's unbelievable.
Bring him home.
Great one.
Well,
Better than
I'll listen
Josh
to it.
Groban. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll listen to it as soon as I leave. I love that crap. I went and saw, when I lived in London years ago, I went and saw a great musical that I don't know if many people know on Broadway, their version of Broadway. It's called Starlight Express, and it's all done on roller skates. And they built,
The East End or West End.
yeah, I don't remember. I was a kid, Jeff, but I
So-
went and saw Starlight Express there, and I saw, forget what I saw on Broadway in New York. I saw several on Broadway in New York.
I think he blasts that song
That's awesome,
after
Jeff.
he showers and he's brushing his hair and gelling
With his,
it.
did you
and
hear
he's
Julio
singing.
making fun of you for not making fun, but going, Jeff's probably in the mirror in
Yes,
Tampa.
I
with
heard
his-
that and started laughing. Yes, I'm sitting in front of a mirror, combing my hair, working on the computer,
playing the Miserable.
playing the song.
Bring me home.
playing Les Miserables in the background.
There
Yes.
you go. Do you have tissues like Frankie crying?
Serenading myself.
Master dating.
Yes, crying-
Master
crying
dating.
into
I can't wait for
myself.
that.
Preparing yourself for your master
All,
dating.
yes, all of that is true.
I love it. Oh my God. This is hilarious. All right, Jeff.
Guilty pleasures.
All right, Scott, play that song for him, the Cole Wilkinson version. That's the one they want.
I got you. I
Bring
got
him
you.
home.
Okay, we got it. Love you, Jeff.
All right.
All right, bye. And then, Frankie, what was your final question? And we can get to some of our subjects because I
Sticking on the
pulled.
dating subject.
I think Scott had a question too, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh, Scott, did you? Oh God,
Here, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna give it to Jason. This is a good one. I like this.
I'm scared.
Kiss and cuddle or cuddle and kiss?
Kiss and cuddle.
What's the difference? Are you
The
doing
order.
In that order. Thank you.
It's like a song.
Kiss,
It matters.
kiss, and then
I
cuddle,
mean,
or
I've-
cuddle and then
Okay,
kiss.
so put it into perspective. On a first date, would you like a guy to wrap his arm around you and you get close and snuggle up and cuddle before you kiss, or would you like the peck in the parking lot, or peck at the front door, or peck when
Who
you get out of
pecks?
the car?
Do people still peck?
That's I don't know.
I do full throttle makeout.
Clearly, you and I have no idea. We're both on dating apps.
Frankie doesn't either.
I was gonna say something else.
Normally,
but-
when I have gone on
Now you
a
don't
few
do that. Now you
things,
just
I
eat
do a
ass.
full in. If I'm pecking,
So you
then
kiss before
there's-
you cuddle.
Yeah, yeah. But I like both. I guess.
That's old school, guys. Now is you eat ass first.
Oh! I was trying to keep it PG.
Live fast, eat ass. My friends always have that on their sign. When they bring out the bottles at the club, they always have "Live fast, eat ass." Live fast, eat ass. I think it's hilarious. I'm like, this is awesome. I think things are like that are hysterical. Like people get way like pretentious, and I'm like, let it go. Like, have fun. You're at a club in DC. That's A.
Exactly.
What do you think's happening down here?
Okay, really quick. I got one.
Yeah.
Just really quick. If I were to make dinner for a girl, what should it be?
I mean, I think that really depends. I mean,
Something edible.
Wow, Frankie, you're good.
There you go. I mean, I would ask a girl what she liked. That's A. Nothing too messy. I will say that because women are very, especially if we're nervous because we like the guy. If it's too messy, like we're afraid we're going to spill it on us, like I wouldn't be making a chick spaghetti because that just takes a lot of work. We're already nervous and we probably won't eat.
Yeah, but if
then
she
we're
gets
afraid.
messy, if she gets messy and gets it on
you get
her,
to clean it,
then
right?
that means, let me wash that. Like, go ahead, take that.
She'll be
glass
embarrassed, guys. You want advice or do you want to do it your way? That's obviously not working.
Fired.
off. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can do it my way. Oh, look, he gets so upset with me. I'm telling you, I'm right. The girl gets nervous. Now, second date or whatever, or after you've already felt her up and made out with her, that's different.
Or ate her ass.
Ate her. Obviously, Frankie goes right in.
To me, you have to ask me first, toes or ass, which is first.
Toes.
Frankie, do you tell
Yes,
a girl,
yes.
wait, no. Do you tell a girl on a first date or your foot fetish? Or do you like ease her into it? I'm being serious. I'm not being rude
No,
or
you can't.
sarcastic.
No, she's gonna find out later.
Have you ever cooked for a girl, Frankie?
For my daughters,
Oh,
and they loved it. Yeah, one of my daughters.
Yeah,
over,
but
like, surprised them.
Frankie was married too, right? Like, yeah, your ex cook.
Oh, my ex-wife was an excellent cook.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
cook too. Like,
But did I? I think I used to make. You know what? I used to make Salvadoran breakfast for them for my ex-wife.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I would bring breakfast in bed, stuff like that.
Oh, that's
but
cute.
rarely. But it's just I don't know how to
That's
cook
so
many
cute.
things. I just know how to cook a couple of things. But
Same,
would
I
I
don't know how
cook
to
for a
cook shit.
date? I don't even cook for myself.
No,
Yeah.
Oshie.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. No.
Breakfast for dinner.
Get over
Can
here.
go
Breakfast
wrong.
for dinner?
Yeah.
Come.
Some French toast with like fruit and stuff,
I'm down.
and whipped cream for playfulness.
All right, we're gonna run out of
I
time,
like
guys.
that. I'll take that one.
We're gonna run out of time. What was your last question so we can
Oh yeah,
get?
continue on a dating.
We gotta
stuff.
hurry. We gotta kind of hurry
Would
up
you
because
would you ever date someone who is not into sports, either playing or watching sports?
no. I wouldn't want to, because it's something I like to share. It's the one time I love sports. I wanted to be a sports agent, but wasn't going to go to
That's
law
right, you did
school
mention that
ever.
to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like sharing that with somebody. I like the fact that one time with a guy, I can be a girl and be like, let's be twinning.
I do.
It could
I like that too.
It could even be the sneaks. Like, I think it's freaking cool to have that. It's important to me as music in my partnership.
Yep.
And it's just hot to me when guys like sport. It's just hot. When a guy's like, I don't watch sports, I'm kind of like, oh. Or I don't spit. Like, people think spitting's gross, and don't take me wrong, I'm not doing it. But if a guy tells me he doesn't spit, I'm like, what? I'm like, what do you mean you don't spit? Like, ever? So, not criticizing anyone that doesn't spit out there. It's just, Anyway. So I wanted to get to this subject because it kind of goes in line, online dating. First of all, I'm going to do a quick sidebar because I tend to date younger or my age, and my age or younger, and we had a discussion. I said, why is it always guys can just say, yeah, I like younger girls, and it's just perfectly acceptable? Well, why is A, fertility, and B, I mean, it is. I'm not going to have an argument because I want to get on, not with you. I mean, like, debate about it. But B, because I think guys, unfortunately, in this country still out earn women. Anyway, subject for another day. And I think so that, and it's ingrained in us that it's acceptable. And when women do the same, it's like, oh my God, he's so young, get a grip, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, first of all, why is it not okay for me? But I liked your statement for the first time ever. And I have had a couple of friends allude to this, but I think you put it perfectly. I'm like, Jessica, do you think your friends can even imagine you with someone your age or older? And I was like, no. And you're like, no, absolutely not. Because my work hustle and my mom hustle and all of that is very much in line with my maturity, right?
Yeah.
My other parts are very childlike and naive and fun. And I want to have fun. Life to me, I can't take it that serious because it's just once, and I want to have a really good time.
To mention it requires a lot of energy.
I have a lot of energy. But I also, like, when people tell me, oh my God, you're out there having fun, Jess, and their kids are grown as well, and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, So can you.
Yeah.
And it makes me really sad that people like, it doesn't have to be obviously DC rave clubs, you know, there's lots of different things, but go out there and live life and have fun because you can. And so I think, guys, it's okay for women my age to date young. I'm not trying to date a 29-year-old, but my marker is pretty much 35 and up. And then that leads me into my other thing. So I put on Facebook because women all the time are asked, oh, are you going to have kids? Are you going to have kids? Obviously I'm, you know, have one in college. I adopted. I talk about that. The thought of being pregnant makes me want to vomit. But I used to want to. I used to want a lot of kids. Yeah. But my single friends out there within a certain age range are constantly pressured all the time. Well, and they're like, no, I don't want kids. But we're not asking guys the same question, right? So my question.
Unless your mom's Latina.
Okay, fair. I'm just saying high level, guys. High level.
Yeah.
So I put out on Facebook, plus the dating app to me came to mind, right? I put a reel out and I said, guys, 35 and over, and I'm going to tell you why I picked 35 because I was being questioned on Facebook about why I picked the age 35. And I had a reasoning behind it. And up, especially getting that 40-year-old crowd, right, that is childless, not that has already had kids.
Yes.
Childless. Do you get asked if you want to have kids all the time by your family, when you're going to that, like women do? And is it a prerequisite for dating for you to have a girl that wants to have kids? And I got amazing feedback across the board, across the age range. What do you guys think about this? Nothing? Okay.
I already have kids. I'm beyond 35.
Well, I
Yeah,
gave feedback. Hey.
Hey.
Oh, John's here.
John, you had a comment. Can I call you out on your comment?
Yeah, go ahead.
So your comment on there was, how else? Yeah, yes, I do. I want my legacy to carry on, which is a lot of guys' answers sometimes, not the guys that really answered me. So I was surprised at the answers. You got to calm down, dude. Sorry, my dog knows that dog's there. So, John, here's the thing I say to people on that, right? Legacy, get it, last name. 100 years from now, unless you did something, I did something, any of us did something, like we're historical, famous, whatever, we're not the main character anywhere. Nobody's going to remember us. I always say 100 years from now, there's no legacy. Like, not really. Not even our ancestors will, like, go down the line. So when guys say that and feel this pressure, not because they want to, I'm saying absolutely have kids. I'm kind of like, guys, you're not leaving a legacy. Now, if you're famous and all that, then you're leaving, I get that, and you're going to leave this lineage or your royalty. But nobody's going to remember any of us 100 years from now. I promise. They're not. It's going to be very rare, unless Tribe Called Jess just blows up and makes history.
Now I should have a kid then.
Yeah, you do. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, John, what do you think about that? And I don't want to cut you short, but I got a lot to get to real quick in a short amount of time.
Okay, in a short amount of time, let me get us some shout outs. I'm glad Julio is doing better.
Yeah.
Thank you, John.
My guilty music pleasure is Vanessa Carlton, 1,000 Miles. Yeah, I'll be pumping that.
Okay.
I will be at Landover this Sunday for the Redskins game. Hopefully, I'll see
Go, baby.
some people out there. And another thing is, as far as the legacy thing goes, I think I'm made it to 43 and haven't been incarcerated yet. So, I mean, that's a good thing in my family. So,
Good job, buddy.
in the black community, community, that goes a long way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big deal. You know what I'm saying? And,
I mean,
it wouldn't have been a Wednesday night, huh?
So do you want to have it? Do you want to have kids?
So and I got to be quick here, John. Your answer was, I got to leave a legacy behind. But based on what I said, is it a prerequisite? What if a girl doesn't want to have kids, but you really love her? Are you going to really need that legacy where no one's really going to remember you or I? I don't mean that.
Well,
I've been in 100 years.
I was in a relationship. I was in a relationship for 11 years with a chick that didn't want to have kids.
Yeah.
And it was cool until I got to the situation where I was like, all right, we're going to have to, make a decision here.
Yeah.
And, she was like, no, I stand by what I said. And that was pretty much the end of it.
Fair enough.
It's kind of like the situation like when I dated a stripper one
John,
time.
I don't mean to cut you
and
short.
back in
I don't mean to cut you short, but I have about 6 to 10, 15 minutes max to finish this show. So I gotta, I do gotta cut you off, but you're welcome to DM me.
On the 18th, I'll be. You don't answer me.
Oh,
you leave me on read.
John,
I got to call you out, Jess.
Do you know how many DMs?
I got to call you out.
I get it, but I have a lot of DMs. I also work full time. I work out, and I try, and I have to write the show each week and have a social life somehow. So I leave Frankie on read sometimes too. Like I have not that we all are
cold.
Busy.
Like Minnesota.
What's called I have to work, and I'm also putting a kid through college. So I apologize, but I will try to open all DMs. I really do. I do try.
Yeah, thank you so much, John. We'll see you soon.
Hey, I'll see you. Y'all have a good one.
Thanks for calling, buddy.
All right. Thank you.
So, I really never thought about it because I had kids, right?
Yeah.
But and then I thought maybe I would be like, sure. But after you said that, you made a comment that made me think. Some of your friends are like, "Nah, I already made it this far. I want to enjoy my life. I don't want to be having to raise that." That made me think, and I was like,
I tried to tell you that 8 shows ago.
Yeah, but I never, I just never considered it because I wasn't really dating or anything. But now that I'm putting myself out there.
One comment, it reminded me of Scott a little bit, right? One of my friends who's now in his 30s, he decided prior to 25, he always wanted kids. And he put this publicly on Facebook. I'm not going to say his name. And he, at 25 years old, all of a sudden is like, I don't want kids. And he knew it for sure. Never changed. And he's like, Jess, was lucky enough to find a girl that didn't want kids. And he's I think he just got married. Shout out to him. Congratulations. I think I like that he knew what he wanted. That's young. That's rare to decide. And the reason I picked 35 is because I think men, especially men, they fluctuate a lot. They mature a lot at that 35 marker. They have more set, like, I kind of know what I want more. I think men really don't get there to 40s, but we can't wait forever, guys. So we got to start booing you up at 35.
Well, my daughters are always getting on their uncles because, my ex-wife's brother, I think he might be 40.
Yeah.
No kids. And obviously Julio's 31, no kids. So they're like, are we ever going to get nephews and nieces?
Right.
Nieces they're like, are we ever going to get cousins? So I'm curious to see what Julio says.
Well, and I think real quick, Julio, and I think that, and I want you to answer because you are in that range, and I want Scott to get up on here as well. But the guys that inboxed me that were in their 40s, and I will say the more successful entrepreneurs they were and businesses they had, the less they wanted kids. They were like, I'm so busy. I hope to find a girl that doesn't want kids. If I found the perfect one and they did want children, I might go for it. But I don't want to have an infant when I'm 50 years old.
Yeah.
And some were in their low 40s, but by the time, they're realistic. They work all the time. They run very successful companies. And one of them told me a story about his aunt and uncle who never had kids. They never had any regrets, and they're out there living their best life. And that's kind of like how I am. Like, Nico's flown the nest, and it's just, I can't. Even if it was that perfect person, that would suck. But I'm not going to have anyone's babies. But I think people think that they have to leave behind a legacy, like that's what they're basing the decision on. If you love kids and you want to have kids because you love kids, God, they're a lot of work, guys. But then have them. But don't base your decision on because you feel just like women. We're like, dude, I'm not feeling forced anymore. Yeah. We don't. We're like, I'm secure in myself. I don't need this shit. And I feel like men need to be told the same thing. Like, don't do it because you think you have to leave behind a legacy or because your mom and dad need you to have kids and be grandparents. Get a dog and drop the dog off to your parents and have them watch the dog. Trust me, it's just as much work. Did you see my dog tonight?
I know, he's like knocked out now. He's exhausted.
Yeah, he's tired. He's hot too. Julio, what do you think? Do you have kids?
So
you're
now,
30 for everybody out there.
Yeah, right now I'm at the point where I don't really care for kids.
I don't blame you. I love mine, but I don't blame you.
I know. They ruin everything, right?
They ruin everything for 10 years, guys.
Yep.
I had people inbox me that too.
But I don't know if maybe in 5 years that might change.
Yeah, and you might, and I think that's why I've chose 35 because I think there's a lot of flip flop in between those ages. What men want in women, whether they want kids or not. Am I staying at this job, this career? Am I making these sort of changes during that time?
Yeah.
And I think I'm right. I mean, you know, anybody can
depends
inbox.
also on the age of the woman. Like if you can afford to have a wife that stay at home and is raising your child, then you can still kind of be out there focused on your career and then just play dad when you come home.
But you got to think about this. These men, I think what they're trying to say is, look, by that time, my businesses will kind of run themselves. I want to meet a woman, travel, enjoy myself, enjoy my money, enjoy the reap of my wealth. And that's not to take away from anybody wanting. I come across very crass. Kids ruin everything. Look, I love kids.
Joking,
I don't like the kids where the parents just don't raise them well and they run all over everything and are a hot mess and rude. I do love kids and I love my son dearly. So I do it more to be funny, but I don't think people realize how much they change your life. And for a good 10 years, your relationship suffers per se. Your sex life might suffer. I mean, it's a lot that kids impact, and you have to really think about those things and consciously think about, okay, if my sex life isn't good and I have this baby, how am I going to approach that with my partner so our sex life doesn't suck?
Yeah.
And people don't do that. They think it's going to be okay and fix themselves, and that's why we have a 50% divorce rate in this country.
56, I think it is.
It might be, yeah. Sex will save your marriage. You should talk about sex all the time. I always say that sex in a relationship fixes a lot of things. Anyway, Scott, what do you think?
You're making me scared.
I'm making you scared. Why?
Yeah. Should I not have kids?
No, we were discussing.
I don't want to make you scared.
How older men were thinking. But I mean, I had my daughters. I have no regrets. I still love being a dad. Now I'm at that point where, my youngest is going to be 16. Do I want to start over again? I'm mid 40s.
Yeah, we're talking about 35 and over, Scott. Yeah. And hold on, I want to backtrack because the last thing I want to do is personify that to anyone younger listening. So that makes me think, raising Nico has honestly been the greatest reward. And that's not because it's cliche to say. To watch him achieve and make goals from the time he came to this country at 3.5 until now, he's a junior in college. Nothing brings me to tears. You know this.
Correct. Yeah.
I show a very tough side of myself. No conversations matter more than the ones I have with him. That just watching him play baseball, watching him graduate high school, watching him just become this awesome masculine guy, but also very empathetic and great-hearted, and write me amazing cards. And the reward by far is priceless. I also got Nico at 3.5. It wasn't an infant. I didn't want an infant. But I also think just like they teach you guys in sex ed, they give you the little baby to carry around and whatever. I think they do that. I don't know if they actually do that, but whatever. You got to realize that they are expensive and a lot of work. And I don't think people are thinking about that, and they're winging it. And
what if they're happy? What if they're happy?
That's a whole other topic. I think certain cultures or certain.
Well, it costs a living, Scott.
Yeah, but
higher.
It's like, look, poor people have more babies than people with money, and they never
So
think
you're going to
about
judge having kids off of money?
No, but I'm saying poor people have a gazillion kids. They never think about, can I afford to feed them? So it's what you want.
I mean, I think we're taking this way literal.
Yeah.
I'm saying you economically have to make sure you're in the position.
Sure. Yeah.
That's all. You guys are taking this way too far of what I was saying.
If I can get literally 30 seconds. So I started a business when I was 26 years old. I'm 34 now. So with that time frame, when I first started the business, the woman that I was with at the time, I really wanted to have kids with.
Yeah.
It's something that we wanted to do. We talked about.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we're no longer together. Now I'm 34, so I'm right on the cusp of that.
You have plenty of time.
Well, I'm on the cusp of that 35. Yeah. And the amount of time and effort and energy that I've put in since I was 26 to 34, so the last 8 years into my business.
Yeah.
I agree with you, not with roughly around with what you said, and this is what I perceive from it, is not being tied down to having a child, going through the infant stages. Like, I'm at 34, I want to experience life. I want to have fun with life. I want to travel and do really cool things.
Yeah.
I've already made such a sacrifice for my business as a successful entrepreneur in the United States. So that's where I'm coming from. So I agree with what you're
I really appreciate the comment, but I want to say, I think it's something, especially Scott and and you have to, I forgot your name right now.
John.
Thank you. I just went out of my head. John, that still think about that decision because it is the most rewarding thing. I'm not at all trying to say that people shouldn't have kids, and I don't want the comments about people having kids in different, like, of course, if you think you can do it and financially afford it, I don't want to deter anybody, but I do not think it's a decision either way to take lightheartedly. I just simply wanted to put out there because I don't think men are asked ever, why aren't you having children? And men are allowed to choose not to have kids too. That was the point of the discussion, and it got taken somewhere else.
Scott, have your baby so you can push your wheelchair around.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong. Like, I wouldn't trade parenthood in for the world, but I just also think it's okay if people don't want to have kids. That's okay. And I think as they get older, people, as they get older, period, don't want to have children as much.
Sure, I agree.
They're ready to enjoy life. Would you agree with that, Frankie?
Yeah, of course. You want to be ready for a child too. You don't just have a kid just to have one. Some people are, want to wait a little while. They enjoy their marriage first.
I agree with that.
Time with their
I'm not hating
partner.
that. Yeah.
And then when you realize, okay, we spend really good time together. Now let's create something together that we love. And then, you enjoy parenthood.
Yeah.
I'm young enough where, like I said, Jessica and I are young enough where our kids are, hers is a little older than mine, but mine's 16, the youngest.
Nico came here in 2006. So
And,
I was 31, I think.
I'm going to enjoy the rest of my life. Like I can make that decision. Do I want to start over again or not? I already enjoyed it, but that's a good question because I'm at that point where, I'm single. I can do whatever I want, go wherever I want.
And imagine having an infant.
Yeah,
And I
I
think
never
you
thought about that,
really
no.
got to
would be
think
crazy.
about that, especially our ages. But I just wanted to put out there that guys' opinions, because I don't think we hear them. Also, let guys know, and women reiterate, because I know women. Oh, and I also want to say this about the dating apps that's so annoying, guys. Guys will put short term, want kids. Well, dude, you don't need, if you're
They
out
wanna
there
get you
on a
pregnant and you
dating
ring-
app and you're putting short term, nobody gives a shit if you want kids or not. Like, I saw it all across the board. I'm like, what? Like, no.
That sounds like they want to turn you into a single mom.
And I thought it was just me, and I was being over analytical. And Scott, I'll wrap it up. I thought I was being over analytical. And a lot of my girlfriends, when I put the reel up about this, and they weren't even my close inner circle, girls were reaching out to me and they're like, and do you notice that they put short term, want kids? And I was like, yes. So girls notice that. So another word to the wise, don't put short term and then wants kids.
Yeah, just be honest. Don't put stuff out there
honest.
that you think they want to hear just so you can start dating.
Right.
Be honest, and if it hits, it hits.
Right. We can play this. I'll touch on this real quick, and then I'll wrap it up with the funny crap I have. But go ahead. But listen to this, Frankie and
Really be
Julio.
asking ourselves before we start dating someone.
How are my personal insecurities going to ruin this relationship? I think that's the first and foremost conversation to have with yourself, because we go into a relationship almost blind to our own wounds, and they resurface in the relationship, and we blame them for not providing the medication of a wound that existed before we met them.
That's so true.
I thought, so I don't play clips anymore on the show, but I sent that to you guys. I wanted to reiterate. And I think we're going to touch on it because I want to do the funny crap real quick so we can roll out. But I think it's so true, right? Because nobody gets out of life without their things, right? Everybody thinks, I'm going to get over, I'm going to go to therapy, I'm going to fix something. Bullshit. If you're this, you're going to always be a little bit of this. And you got to step into things and recognize things about yourself. And there was another clip that I didn't send Scott because I would really like to get into this when we have more time. And I love the show that we got into the dating apps a lot because I think that was a big step for us. But not only do we have to recognize, how am I going to screw this up? And that's not saying you are. I think also then we got to be able to establish trust with a person that we really like and be able to open up to them and tell them the shit parts of us, which I've said that before. And I think we should table that discussion and have it another week. Instead, I think we should talk about master dating, not master dating, guys. Guys, what the hell is going on TikTok? Somebody write me, call the show next week. I will read your DM. I am so sorry, John. I can't keep up sometimes. Okay, this is going around TikTok. This is a trend.
Yeah, what's it mean?
Master dating, which is a playoff of Frankie.
Oh, masturbate, yeah.
Yeah, masturbating. Where kids, adults, even my age, are now trending, taking themselves out on dates.
What?
Yes. So they treating themselves to gifts, doing this. I said, first of all, okay, we've taken all this terminology way too freaking far. Okay, that's A. Secondly, you should be doing that shit anyway to make sure you're a solid person. I know how to eat alone, go to the movies alone, buy my shit alone, be independent alone. I'm not sure what the point is. And now this is like a thing, master dating. Did you read anything about this?
I think it has to do with just the attention culture. It's like,
I do too. In this
like
case,
everything you do is like,
in this
look
case,
at me.
Yes, I 100%. We rarely always agree on this. I 100% agree with you. It's like, dude, doing things alone and solo, especially things that involve social, is 100% necessary to become a well-rounded person. Are you good with going out by yourself?
I've been doing that since like I was a teenager.
Me too. Sleeping alone, not living alone, not constantly being the minute you teach yourself that, God, you can survive life so much easier. Julio?
Yeah, I'm about to go to like 2 concerts this month by myself.
Yeah. I mean, Scott, can you go out alone?
Kind of scary.
Yeah, do it. Do it. I challenge you. Go.
How?
2 shots in, you'll be fine.
I have a
Oh
question
my
though.
God.
Why is
Why
it
are you
scary?
scared?
Yeah, why is it scary?
I mean, obviously, I don't have the self-confidence. I don't know.
Go to dinner. I'll sit outside in the parking lot.
Are you
Like,
afraid because people are going to look at you? You're afraid people are going to look
You
at you
can
and be like,
watch
look at
me
that
do
lonely
it.
guy
Literally,
eating?
thank you. Yeah, exactly. You got it, Frankie.
Nobody's. I promise you. First of all,
I promise you people are.
Promise you they're not.
I promise they are.
And if they are, first of all, you shouldn't even be worried about what they're
I
thinking.
think that's hold on. I think that's a 20-something thing. So I think probably 20. But I promise you, adults in their 30s and 40s, they're not thinking that. I'm thinking self-confidence.
Okay, so in high school, right? You know, one of my friends will run into him eventually. He always tells a story how in high school, I was the lonely guy eating at the table at the cafeteria by myself.
I didn't
right?
do that.
So
but
he assumed that it was because, you know, I was alone, I didn't have friends, blah, blah, blah. So he would invite me to come over. And a lot of times I'd be like, no, I'm good. Because I like
solitude. I do too.
Because outside of high school, I had a gazillion friends everywhere. I didn't hang out with people in high school. I had friends outside of high school.
Sometimes even at Echo, I want to dance by myself. You've seen me.
Yeah.
I don't want to be around everybody. I need that minute with myself. I mean, it sounds
good for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why we left her alone on Sunday.
Oh, makes sense now. Makes sense. You ditched her for that.
All right, real quick. Before we go, then there's the other thing called soft launching. And you've heard of this, Scott. Come on. This
Soft
is like
what?
It's like your Jen is doing this. The soft launch. So it's not full launching your relationship. It's showing like a guy's hand on your social media, and it might have something significant, or showing 2 forks and 2. I mean, I'm probably not explaining this well.
It's like a body part,
Not
but
too old.
not disclosing who they are. So
Okay,
kind of showing you're dating,
Okay.
but you know.
Anybody in life can do what they want, but let me just say this. Unless you are a friggin' celebrity, nobody gives a crap about your soft launch at all. Nobody cares that much who you're dating. You are not famous. You are not the main character. You do not need to soft launch. Now, taking that back, because I know that was harsh, you can do whatever you want. I mean, if you have your privacy reasons, okay. Like, I'm either not posting shit or I'm posting it all. Like, it's one or the, I don't need a soft launch. Like, hey, babe, put your pinky finger in there with that distinguished ring you wear. What?
In where?
Like, in the photo. It's on
okay.
photos.
Like on social media, like, you know, on Instagram, all of a sudden, you're on a trip.
Kinda.
Yeah,
like
it's
a
like you're on a
little teaser.
trip, and then I post like a girl hugging me, but you don't show the face.
You don't show her face.
Yeah.
Like,
And now people
I
are like,
did-
you're like, are you dating? Like, who's that? Like, it's once again, it's
so
for
I
attention.
think one of it is attention. Now, I did have one girlfriend who's closer to my age. Inbox, she soft launched because she had been just super hurt. Some people might soft launch to let people know they're in a relationship because they might be in a bad situation with an ex that might be stalking. You know, I think there are one-offs and reasons. That is not what I'm saying. But do we have to make another thing? I'm like, am I supposed to soft launch someone when I find them? Anyway, guys, this was fun. I'm excited
I
to
wanna
see
discuss
where
this
we
longer.
go.
Wait, really quick. Master dating does not mean masturbating.
No, it's a play on words.
Damn,
It's
really?
a play on words.
You're
So it has
pleasuring
nothing to do with the
yourself
two?
emotionally.
Well,
Well,
it's masturbating.
Self-satisfying. So
Yeah.
masturbating is probably within master
Okay,
dating,
touche,
Yeah.
okay.
which I'm sure
So you're
he's
treating
doing
yourself,
anyway.
you're pleasuring yourself.
Treat
I was
yourself.
excited for a second.
Yeah, what they used
I
to
was
say,
excited.
treat yourself.
I mean, I guarantee
yourself.
most people that are master dating are also masturbating. So I mean, like,
I mean,
I don't know many people.
You just
that
don't want that to be a soft launch.
I got you. Oh, Frankie.
I mean, after taking
gotta
myself
be
out
hard,
to dinner,
right?
I gotta give it up at night, right?
Scott's gonna post like the back of his hat.
Oh, yeah.
You're master dating yourself. Soft launching. I'm sorry. I lost track. There's too many terms. Anyway, guys, like I always say, do whatever you want. Tune in next week. Thank you for tuning in. Take good care, guys. Later.